Hello, eighth graders and the Creeks and the Chickasaws. You are going to be reading Adapted Fables. Okay, when you pull up your Town and Country page and you go to the teacher pages and Mrs. Culp's page, you will find your Adapted Fables on there. Okay, your worksheets will be on Teacher Ease. So this is just for those reading, for the reading. Okay, if you notice, the front page here has some artwork with some animals on it, so the story must be about animals. Okay, at the very bottom of this, it tells about the artwork, okay, and the pictures. When you get to the beginning of the stories, this week there are two, okay, The Lion and the Rat and the Pigeon and the Ant. They're adapted fables by Jean Delafontaine. Don't forget, this is a very important section. You must read the words to know section with literary terms and selection vocabulary. The terms I want you to know, eighth graders, are fable and theme. Okay, fables are short stories with animal characters that teaches a lesson. You need to know that. And theme, the main idea of a novel, story, poem, or a play. Okay, we've been reading about main ideas. What is it? What is it about? Don't forget to read your vocabulary words, okay? Nod, blade, and crossbow. And you might know those already, but just be aware of those in the text in case you run into them, because you will be seeing those in your worksheets. Don't forget to read the italicized section here, eighth graders. This is about a little tidbit about what your stories are about. So there is a saying that one good turn deserves another. And the following two fables, a lion and a pigeon, are rewarded for their acts of kindness. Okay, if you notice at the top, there are two stories. Okay, so the first one is The Lion and the Rat. So don't forget, when you're reading your text, eighth graders, go to the side and read your annotations. Those are your notes that will help you. Okay, because it has some information here. The lion is called the king of beasts. Well, over in the text, it does talk about the king of beasts. Who is that? Okay, and why does he call that? So the reason I want to point these out to you, eighth graders, is because you're going to be writing your answers. So you're going to need to really come back to find your clues in the text and in the notes. Those are going to be very helpful to you. Please use them. Okay, here's some illustration of a lion. Beautiful picture. Okay, shows how angry king of beasts. Love that. And we have more text, and here is some information about theme. The other thing I want to point out to you, eighth graders, is with the illustrations, if it has any information about the illustration, it will have an arrow pointing to it to let you know that's what that text is about. So that's a little helpful tidbit. All right, so okay, so now here's the pigeon and the ant. So a separate story. So pay attention to your title page and know which story you're in. And then you're going to be looking for those bolded words. That's your vocabulary. Okay. There may be some others I pull, especially if they have notes. If there's anything about notes over here, I might be pulling those words. So just know that. Okay. There's crossbow. And then this part talks about Venus, a Roman goddess. Okay. And then the tiny ant down here and his information here. I know it doesn't look tiny, looks really huge, but that's a more larger scale for of an ant. The very bottom, please read this page, eighth graders. It's fables, okay? They've been around 2,000 years. I need you to understand what the fable information here about plot and conflict, about animals, about behavior, morals, and then down here at the bottom tells about the author and where he adapted those fables from. We had talked about Aesop's fables and how Odin lost his eye and all of those things. And so we've read some of the Aesop fables before. So I wanted to continue that and read this. So please use this for your questions. You will be writing your answers. You need to come back to all of these sections. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the story.